It's official, UK house prices are falling. For the fourth month in a row, Halifax have reported that UK house prices have fallen, dropping 1.5% in December and 2.4% the month before in November. The average price of property now in the UK sits at £281,272. This is in fact down from £285,425 in November. So what is causing house prices to continue to fall for 4 months in a row? Well, shock horror, it is of course the cost of living crisis and increasing interest rates, with both of these putting a strain on people's finances month on month on month. Now, it will come as no surprise to anyone to hear that the UK property market has been a bit of a volatile market as of late. The Bank of England has increased interest rates 9 times in the past year, and it believes that the country could be about to enter its longest recession in 100 years. And mortgage payers whose loans have come up for refinance are among the worst hit by the cost of living crisis, after many have found their annual bills increasing by more than £3,000 a year or £250 a month. Now, if you consider that the average annual salary here in the UK as of 2022 was £27,756, this means more than 10% of people's annual salary is now being spent on the cost of living. And with the Bank of England warning that we could be in for the longest recession in 100 years, people's finances could be about to get a lot more stretched. But before we continue, if you're finding this video interesting and useful, make sure that you head down and hit that subscribe button, and of course like and share while you're there. Also, for any of you property investors out there, I am currently offering my personal property investment calculator as a free downloadable to anyone who subscribes to my newsletter. So if that sounds like something that would be useful to you, head down to the link in the description and become a member of my newsletter, and I will send you your free copy straight away. Now, back to the video. Now, all this recessionary fear essentially stems from the good old Bank of England increasing rates, which are actually still at historically low levels. Nonetheless, they are higher, significantly higher than we have become accustomed to. Now, it is widely expected that the Bank of England is going to raise interest rates further, with the expectation being that we will see interest rates reach over 4% early this year. But if we are already in a recession or entering a recession, will interest rates continue to go up? Well, interest rates typically decline during recessionary times as loan demand slows, bond prices rise, and the central bank eases monetary policy. But let's be honest, we are kind of in uncharted territory. The current situation we face was created from a combination of a pandemic, the war in Ukraine, the energy crisis, and years of rock bottom interest rates. And it's fair to say that all of these events are not normal. So there is of course the potential that interest rates could continue to go up. However, with history showing that interest rates typically fall during a recession, I would hazard a guess that while we may see an increase in the short term, over the long term, interest rates will begin to come down, especially if we are in or heading into a recession. Okay, so house prices are continuing to decline, but what about rents? Well, to gain a clearer picture of where rents are, we need to look at what the Office of National Statistics says. And according to their latest data release, which is based on a sample of 509,000 private rentals, the median monthly rent recorded between October 2021 and September 2022 was £800 for England. This is the highest level ever recorded, with London obviously having the highest average monthly rent of £1,475. This is nearly double the median monthly rent in England. And you have the North East coming in at the lowest monthly rental of £525. But with house prices falling and people's finances becoming stretched, does this mean that rents will actually begin to fall too? Well, maybe not. According to specialist broker Finance, they expect rents across the entire UK will actually rise by an average of 12.91% in 2023, with them predicting that rents will see the biggest biggest increase in the first quarter of this year, with them predicting that those who live in London will see the biggest hike of around 4.3% in Q1. Okay, so we've covered house prices, we've covered interest rates, and we've covered rents. But there is one final thing I want to touch on, and that's the reports that landlords are selling up in droves. You see, landlords are people too, and they too are feeling the pinch. You see, they're suffering with higher mortgage rates, greater regulation, and the fear that tenants could stop paying because the tenants are becoming stretched due to the cost of living crisis. But are landlords actually starting to sell up? Well, it looks as though this might actually be the case. You see, we are now seeing reports that the number of landlords selling up has risen by 13% in the 4 months to December 2022. Now, while some of you may think, oh, fantastic, this is a good thing, there's going to be more available property, that isn't actually necessarily the case. You see, if too many landlords begin selling their properties, we could end up with a serious housing crisis. The UK, whether we like it or not, has become very dependent on the private rental sector. The main reason being that there just is not enough social housing available. And the more that landlords sell up, the more that rents will rise as demand outstrips supply. You see, as mortgage rates rise, buy-to-lets that made sense before financially no longer make sense. And if that continues to be the case, you could see a situation where more and more landlords begin to sell, causing rents to rise further. Well guys, that is all from me. I hope you found this video interesting and useful. If you did, remember to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button and the share button, and don't forget that you can grab your free copy of my personal property investment calculator by becoming a subscriber to my newsletter with the link in the description. So until next time, stay safe